Hello, good evening. Sorry, I'm running just a moment late. We are going to start in a hard-backed chair. This is our final class of bedtime stretches. I cannot believe that we have been doing this together. Oh my goodness, for over a year now, I believe. But today, alas, it is coming to an end. I will keep all of these archived videos up for you to use as a reference. If you ever have any questions, please reach out, email me, write me on YouTube if you don't have contact with me in that format. I am happy to help. If you ever want to work privately, either in person or virtually, that is also an option. Hi, Foxy. And yes, so we may not be having these virtual classes on a weekly basis, but that doesn't mean that I have disappeared. I am still here. I am still a resource. Please ask me questions. We're going to use a hard-backed chair. We are going to use a mat, a foam roller, and a tea towel. I need to go grab my tea towel, and then we will get started. All right. So today, I think that we are just going to do a little bit of everything, starting with some mobilization, sitting up nice and tall, and hinge forward, feeling that sternum, that collarbone area open up, feeling the shoulder blades pinch together, and then roll up the back, feeling each little bone of the spine stack one on top of the other, and bring it forward, roll it back, forward, and back, and forward, and back. Rolling the shoulders back one at a time. Seeing how that feels. Maybe there's like some kind of crunchy, clicky business happening in the shoulders. Roll them forward. And now swim the arms back one at a time. Feel it nice and open through that sternum. Good. Before we move to the feet, let's come to the temples. Gently massaging that out, taking that time to feel the day. Start easing into your evening. Hopefully, you're done work or close to done work for the night. Go into the muscles on the sides of the jaw. Start releasing whatever stress or mental to-do lists that you have clogging that ability to be present. Good. And let's go into a neck stretch. So, of course, on one side, hand, palms match, and bring that ear to the shoulder. And here we're going to start tapping into that breath. And rotate that chin towards the chest. Pick that head up. Switch sides. Ear to the shoulder. And again, really find that deep inhale and release that big exhale. And rotate that chin towards the chest. Pick that head up. Good. Oof, my neck is sore today. Give it a little massage up. Join me. Oh, scraping those trapezius forward, going up the back of the neck towards your hairline, maybe even right at your hairline, giving it just a little pressure and circles. Down the front of the neck. Whew, good. Let's go into the feet, because it would not be a stretch class without our foot massage. My feet are very dirty right now. Gross. Massage out those feet. Taking time to find the areas that feel good, maybe the areas that feel a little tight and like they need a little extra love. While you're doing this, notice what's happening in your shoulders. Can you massage your feet? Well, your shoulders are relaxed. Can you massage your feet while your jaw is relaxed? Threading your fingers in between each toe. Feel that nice and wide. Maybe give the toes a wiggle back and forth. Circle them one way and then the other. And let that release. Other side. Starting by massaging the bottom of the foot. Noticing what's feeling good. Noticing what feels a little bit tight maybe. Checking in with yourself. Whew. See if you can release your shoulders while massaging your foot. Can you relax your jaw while massaging your foot? And then thread those fingers in between the toes when you are ready. Finding that nice kind of webbing like a big duck foot. Holding that there for a moment. Finding a little wiggle or little circles in those toes. And while you're doing this, relax that jaw. Separate those teeth. And take a big inhale in and a big exhale out. Release that hand. Switching legs, sitting up nice and tall, hinging forward, getting a nice stretch through that glute. Feeling that open up. Take a big inhale in. And on the exhale, go a little tiny bit deeper. And then release it. Whew. Good stuff. Switch to the other side. Sitting up nice and tall, finding that bend in the knee, the flex in the foot. Sit up, hinge it forward. And here, this stretch is, it's one of our beginning stretches. It's a little gentle. Depending on how tight you are, you still might be feeling things deeply. But separate those teeth. Feel that jaw release. Maybe even close your eyes. Maybe turn that focus inwards towards the breath. Sometimes I know that I repeat myself, think about breathing, the shoulders, the this, the that, but sometimes when you continually bring your attention back to your breath, you can find yourself a little bit more present and a little less in the chatter of your brain that we sometimes find ourselves in. And release that. Good. One hand over opposite knee, other hand to the back of the chair. Let's find a gentle twist and look over that back shoulder. And switch sides, hand crosses, other arm to back of chair, and twist and look over that shoulder. And bring that back to center. Roll those shoulders back. Ooh, all right. Let us grab our foam roller and come to the mat. Place that chair to the side. We may want to use it at the very end of class for our little relaxation. Have your tea towel, arms distance away, and let's bring that foam roller to the mat. And we'll start by rolling out our backs. And again, for this, I like to have my hands at the back of my head. My elbows are towards each other, so I create a nice rounded shape in my upper back, and I'm rolling in the area kind of between the base of my neck and my lower part of the shoulder blade. So we're really opening up and working in all of those muscles in between the shoulders, located in that upper back area. And you can go as slowly as you need. If you need a moment to pause, open up those elbows like you're sun tanning, feeling that chest open up. Expanding through the pecs and the sternum. And then bring those elbows back together and roll it out. And one more time, open those shoulders up and expand nice and wide. And then come on up. Again, for the front of the body, the pecs, the chest, the shoulders, everything. They get so tight here. Placing that roller like so. Sitting on one end, roll on down. Forearms, my feet are as wide as my mat. And my knees are knocked together. So you should feel a nice kind of opening up and releasing around that sacrum. My forearms come parallel to each other, and then they open up. And just feeling gravity take over and let those arms go closer to the ground. This is a very good opportunity to close those eyes. Connect to that breath. Really feel the front of that body spill open. And gently bring those arms down by the sides of the body and just take a moment to relax. When you're ready, open up those eyes. It's not time to relax into our meditation quite yet. We still have work to do. Come on up and let's start getting into those legs. All right. Going right into a nice long runner's lunge. Feeling the front of that hip opening up. Breathe here. Breathe the tension out. And when you're ready, drop that knee down to the floor. And if it feels all right, bring that foot up, grab the top of the foot, and bring that heel close to your booty. When I get into this thigh stretch, this is the one that I need to remind myself to relax that jaw. A couple more breaths here. And you want to release that leg down, transfer the weight to the back shin, flex that front foot up, and you can either keep those toes facing the ceiling or rotate it out to the side, whatever feels better for you and your hamstrings, calves, bottoms of the feet today. And transfer back to that long runner's lunge. Plant two hands on the ground, framing your front foot. Reach that front foot back so you're in a momentary plank. Bring those sits bones up on a high diagonal so you're creating a big triangle shape, or downward facing dog. Pedal out those heels, do what you need to do for the backs of those legs. We'll be here for a couple more breaths. If you feel comfortable, close your eyes and enjoy the stretch and connect to the breath. Come back to that plank and step that other foot in front for a nice long runner's lunge on the other side. Feeling the front of that hip start to open up. Couple more breaths here. Bring that knee to the mat. Take a moment here. We're just slowly and steadily getting a little bit deeper into the front of the thighs. And then transfer the weight to that back shin. Flex those front toes up, and you either keep them up towards the ceiling or find that to the side, and doing what you need to do for the backs of the legs here. Feel gravity slowly coax that torso down to the front of your leg. And then when you're done, transfer back to that long plank. Frame that front foot with your hands. Reach that front foot back. Bring those hips up. And take a moment in that downward facing dog, pedaling out those heels, using this as a moment to get deep into your calf muscles. And then walk those feet up to the hands. Walk the hands up to the feet. Hold on to opposite elbows. Feel the head hang heavy. Release those shoulders. Release the neck and head. Your head should be able to bobble around like a little, those little puppy bobbleheads in the backs of cars. Your head should be able to bobble around like that right now. And on the exhale, bend your knees and slowly roll up through your spine, vertebra by vertebra. Give those shoulders a couple rolls back. Make your way down onto the mat. Grab your tea towel And let's fold it into that long sort of makeshift yoga strap so that we can go into our beloved and dreaded hamstring stretch. Here we go. Let's come on to the backs, wrapping that strap around the arch of one foot, lengthen that leg. And just take a moment here. We're going to just do a passive stretch first, just to open everything up a little bit more. So taking your time here, doing what you need to do. Maybe you need to bend and stretch that knee. Maybe you need to find that leg across the midline of the body to get a little bit into the outside part of the leg. Maybe you want to find it a little wide to get into the inner thigh. Or maybe you just want to feel little circles because it feels nice moving the bones in the joints without using a bunch of muscles. And let that leg release down, shake it out. And now we're going to go into this big hammy stretch with resisting and releasing. So let's bring that leg up. Take a big inhale in. And on the exhale, we resist. 2, 3, 4. Inhale. On the exhale, relax. And bring that leg a little closer to you. Exhale, resist for 1, 2, 3. Inhale. And on the exhale, release and bring the leg a little closer to you. One more time. Exhale, resist for 1, 2, 3. Inhale. And on the exhale, release. Bring that leg a little bit closer to you. Hold it there in this newfound maximum for just a moment longer. And on your next exhale, release. Bring that to the ground. Shake it out. It hurts so much doing the stretch. It feels so good when you finish it. It's the reward. And switch sides. Coming to that slightly more passive stretch, whether it's finding those circles, bending and lengthening of the knee, crossing it over the midline. Maybe bringing that leg a little wide. Feeling that length. Let it come down to the ground, shake it out. And let's go into the big one. Take a big inhale in. And on the exhale, you resist for 1, 2, 3. Inhale. Exhale, release. Bring that leg a little closer to you. Exhale, resist for 1, 2, 3. Inhale. Exhale, release. Bring that leg a little bit closer to you. One more time. Inhale. Exhale, resist for 1, 2, 3. Inhale. Exhale, release. Bring that leg a little bit closer to you. Hold it there for a moment. And release it down to the ground. Shake it out. Good stuff. Bring those feet onto the mat, the arms nice and wide. And let's drop the knees to one side on an inhale. And then on the exhale, let's bring them back up, sequencing through the spine. Inhale, drop the knees. Exhale, bring them up. Inhale, drop. Exhale, up. Inhale, drop. Exhale, up. Inhale, drop. Exhale, up. Last time, inhale to drop. Exhale, up. Let's come to sitting up. Let's find the legs wide. Either hands behind us, keeping our torsos nice and long. Hands in front of us. And crawl those fingers forward until you have found a good stretch. And we'll be here for a moment, which means this is a great opportunity to close the eyes. Feel the jaw release, those teeth separate from each other. Start turning your breath into what you are focusing on. Feel the ribs expand really wide. And on the exhale, just go a touch deeper. And maybe you even just go deeper in the idea of releasing and not physically the stretch. All things work, just go and release a little deeper. Slowly crawl your hands on up. Bring those legs in. Give them a shake down. Good. You can either sit cross-legged with your front leg bent and your back leg bent. Both feet are flexed. We're going to do just a tiny bit of side stretching just to get into those ribs a little bit. We're going to lift one arm up. Exhale, reach it over. Inhale. Exhale, reach a little bit further. And come up one more time, just like that. Inhale, arm up. Exhale it over. Inhale. Exhale, reach a little bit further, and we're going to stay here for a moment longer, really feeling those ribs expand and come up. If you're sitting cross-legged, switch which leg is in front, and if you're sitting in what we call mermaid in Pilates, come to the other side. Inhale, one arm up. Exhale it over. Inhale. Exhale to reach and come up one more time, and a little longer this round. Inhale, arm up. Exhale it over. Inhale. And wait here just a moment longer, really feeling those ribs expand away from one another. And come on up. Good stuff. Give those shoulders a little roll up. I'm going to do a quick time check. All right, about 10 minutes left. Great. That leaves us time to do a little bit of massaging with our foam roller. So, because we didn't stretch out the calves today, we are going to spend some time rolling them out. So, similar to how we massage our feet, we are going to start nice and gentle, and then we'll slowly get deeper. If you need a little bit of extra depth, you can always place one leg over the other for some extra weight. Don't do that to begin with, and just start nice and gently on the calves. Right now, my knees are facing the ceiling. And now I'm going to start getting into the other areas of my lower legs. So I want to turn my legs out so my feet are towards the sides and get a little bit along the side. I don't feel too much here. And now on one leg, I want to turn it all the way in and go along the inside of the calf. And today I feel a little bit on this. And just taking time to roll. And this one doesn't feel too bad actually. So I want to add a little extra weight to help me get a tiny bit deeper. And also, every time you're rolling that roller up towards the bottom of the knee, you're helping everything push the blood up and back towards the heart. So if you ever have tired feet at the end of the day, or maybe you've taken like a long walk, or maybe it's just really hot and your feet feel a little swollen because it is summer and that sort of thing happens, this is a great tool. And let's go to the other side. So going to the inside of the calf first, seeing what that feels like. Adding that weight on top. And just doing what's feeling good. Taking moments to pause if you have any tight areas that need just a little extra release or attention. And from there, release that. Give the calves a little brush up, up, up. And then go into the front of the shin. I like to use my fists, like my knuckles. Good. And now, let's do, there's a lot of things that I want to do. But you know what? I think we want to do some twisting, and we want to do a little bit for the back. So on our backs, let's bring one leg up and over. Palms meet each other. You know the drill. 3 circles in one direction, 3 in the other. Finding big moments of twist. Taking moments to pause if it feels really good. And then continue on that circle. 3 circles in each direction. And then you switch sides. when you are ready. And once you've completed one side, switch sides. Take your time. If you feel like doing 4 circles instead of 3, that's also an option. Coming to the second side when you're ready. And then reversing that circle. Good. Coming onto the back. Bring those knees into the chest. Rock side to side. Feeling that back kind of spread on the mat really nicely. Coming to our happy position. Happy baby pose. So holding on to the either the feet or the ankles, spreading those knees wide. I like to press my elbows into my knees to get a little extra rotation, and then just rock side to side here. You get a little in the inner thighs. You also get a nice kind of opening in the lower back sacrum area. And just rock side to side here. Bring those legs down. Good stuff. If you have a long foam roller, you have the option to end class with the rollers supporting your spine. Knees will be bent, feet are wide, and knees are knocked together. The palms are facing up and the forearms are resting on the floor. That's option 1 for your little ending of the class relaxation. Or you can bring back the chair. Take our tea towel and roll it up into a little pillow. Put it to the side. And then if you're using the chair, bring those calves to the chair. And then wherever you may be, place the palms of your hands on the thighs and take a big inhale in. On the exhale, press those thighs away, feeling space in that lower back. Inhale, release the hands. Exhale, press the thighs away. Inhale, release them. If you're on the mat and you're using the chair, you can bring the hands behind the head and give that head a little traction so you can feel a nice long upper back. Lower that head down. Grab your little tea towel pillow if you're on the mat. If you're on the roller, start closing the eyes Everybody's starting to settle into their ending pose. Take a couple of breaths here. Feeling the bones of the feet expand. Feeling the calves, the shins supported. The thigh bones are resting gently in the hip sockets. The back of the hips and sacrum are heavy and grounded down through your floor. All of the organs in your torso are relaxed, and you feel them rise and fall with every breath. The backs of your ribs and shoulder blades are supported and grounded through the floor. And on every inhale, you feel those ribs wide and expansive and buoyant. You feel your shoulders melt away through your floor. You feel the backs of the arms supported by the ground. You feel the neck released. The jaw hangs heavy and the root of the tongue is relaxed. You feel your eyes sinking down through your head. You feel your forehead relax. You feel the back of your head supported by the floor. And keep breathing. Keep finding points of groundedness and relaxation. Stay here for as long as you need. Thank you for always joining class. Thank you for donating. I hope we get to stretch again someday soon. Thank you very much.